Today's horoscope from Astrocademy Leo November 14th, 2021. When conjunction, like the one that exists today, between the moon and the sun, is present, you would be being much more persevering and full of positivity. To find the best you can, so that no one stops you. It is a good time for yourself to realize what is important and what is not for you. Channel the best for you. It is necessary that you find those you trust who would be making everything friendly and harmonious. That is why the new moon is on your side. It is an extraordinary day to feel that everything is much better without a doubt. Suddenly Neptune retrograde has a presence and some things seem to do that are not balanced for you. But that does not mean you would have a devastating day. On the contrary, you are in the best moment to take charge of your decisions. It is a matter of changing perspective if it were the case to not take everything against you. If you have nothing against unannounced visits, expect some nice surprises today. An old acquaintance might well knock on your door and even introduce you to strangers you might have a great time with. Rich and stimulating exchanges in perspective. Remember to fill the fridge a little, just to be able to liven up this convivial moment. Your reserves are not inexhaustible and it is not the ideal day to present yourself as a champion in all categories. You must regain your strength. You must first catch your breath before entering the competition. If you are missing out on opportunities, it is because you are not paying enough attention to what is going on around you. You lack objectivity. Suddenly, you become irritable with others. It shouldn't become a habit. You are feverish and worried. Your partner is lacking in maturity according to you. In this kind of situation, you tend to withdraw into yourself, but you will have to express your grievances sooner or later. Try to stay healthy, leaving unnecessary bread or carbohydrates. It does not hurt that it is repeated to you constantly, that it is a good time for the boiled rice with little vegetables to be put in your day. Add shredded meat or food that you like so that you have delicious and healthy food on hand. What dynamism! What a pep! You are tireless today. That's good. Take advantage of this energy to get rid of all the little chores that have been accumulating on your desk for some time. But don't forget to take breaks if you don't want to end up on your knees. At the end of the day, the pace of this day will be intense. Don't make it overwhelming. If you have a recurring health concern, it might be time to work to resolve it. Most of the time, it is a psychological problem, insomnia, disturbed diet, etc. Your research turns out to be fruitful and you learn interesting things about your pathology. The time has come to take the plunge and go meet a specialist. Take advantage of your need to get better to take this step. You will not regret this effort, even if this consultation fails. It will lead you to a new avenue of reflection. As much as you have felt in one of the best regencies for you, suddenly you would have had to use your money in emergent situations. Despite this, you are under the imminent rule of number 2, who would gladly have some outside options for you to better manage your money. Today, a good recipe is to get a pair of scissors, that opening them in the center with a red ribbon, could be in the upper right part of the door of your room, thus you would protect yourself, your house and your economy. It is not excluded that you want to depart. The thought of traveling and leaving your home can take on a sudden and compulsive aspect. If you're feeling stuck in your current issues, taking some distance can do you a lot of good. On the other hand, make sure that it is not a question of a headlong rush, because when you return you will find things as you left them. It will be easier for you to work in a team or collaboration for the sake of your finances. You will be happy with yourself. In addition, there are official agreements in the air. It is the moment to find and conclude a common ground. More sought after by the sentimental field, you hardly have your head in the business. We have to wait until the end of the day for the tensions to subside or for the gray areas to fade away. Stay calm no matter what, all of this is temporary. Assume your own thing, do not leave in others the motivations that you have to find on your own. At least the conjunction between the moon and the sun, it would be making you have a greater opportunity to leave the attachments where it is due and not feel that the fears rule your day. Make it a point to be more positive. Do not deny what belongs to you, that is to say, that to the extent that you feel that you deserve to have a profit on something, this is how you would be thinking of having an extraordinary day. You are very often tempted to exercise complete control over your emotional relationship. A trifle unsettles you, and if your partner expresses the desire for an activity or a hobby that is sharp with those you usually practice, you worry about it. So let the other breathe a little. It is not by suffocating him that you will safeguard the intimacy of your relationship. On the contrary, you will need to pay close attention to the relationships you have with those dear to your heart. Indeed, Pluto arrives in the 4th house and brings in its wake a climate conducive to disputes. People in a relationship could experience an unexpected event that is a source of tension. In this case, prefer dialogue to confrontation and know how to put forward your arguments diplomatically to prevent the situation from escalating. Remember that sometimes it is better to know how to make concessions. When a person thinks that you are not indispensable, he could suddenly regret it, because things are not enough to doubt you. It is perhaps Neptune retrograde that would make you feel in wobbly energy. But this does not mean that it would have negative effects on your career path, quite the opposite. Have a good time today, relax. Your mood will be tangy and lively, ready to start at the slightest joke, to go through all the tricks. Be careful, however, not to overstep the line in your professional environment. Not all of your colleagues share your joy of the day, and they could take offense at some of your excesses. You might be faced with a professional disappointment today, which will result in feelings of incomprehension and anger. Jupiter comes out of the 4th house and today adopts a posture that is less favorable to you. Don't be upset if you are the subject of derogatory remarks, and try to make the most of this criticism, which can be constructive. Put your pride aside and don't hesitate to question yourself. You will find that this can be beneficial for your work. Even when the ship sinks, you still have the tools in you to fix it. In other words, even if you feel hurt in your flesh about the behavior of those close to you, you must take it upon yourself at all costs. We have only one family. It remains our most precious possession. Above all, abolish the game of envious people who would like to see you bend in the face of adversity. It's up to you to take advantage of the situation to move forward calmly without taking into account their harmful waves.